Our next presentation is the Joseph E. Rhile Endowed Scholarship. This is really exciting and it's brand new. And I can also say that it's a privilege to know Joe, not as so many of as you do, as a colleague, as a teacher, as a mentor and friend, but certainly as a friend and mentor with his wisdom as I joined the Church Farm School community. But I also know that a number of people on our call today have been instrumental in wanting to do something as an alumni association for students, but in recognition of this wonderful legacy of mentorship that Joe and others have left for them and in their lives as part of Church Farm School. Every community has those members who dedicate their lives to its betterment. And Church Farm School is blessed to have several, but one of these is certainly Joseph E. Rhile, who began his Church Farm School career in September of 1965 and did not retire until June of 2008. He made an indelible impression on so many, CFF students and faculty alike. And so a group of alumni were inspired by Joe's commitment to the school that they were compelled to take action by committing challenge gifts to establish the Church Farm School's first ever named endowed scholarship. And the scholarship will be awarded yearly to a deserving student. And I know that many, particularly on our last alumni wrestling call, which Dave alluded to in his opening remarks about bringing people together, just the outpouring of affection for Joe and certainly for Art Smith, who has succeeded Joe in this role, but certainly Joe's sort of a class act and continues to remain that at the school, coming back to bestow gifts of his artistic creativity. You can see he's been an artist and certainly creative, wearing those bold pants some years ago, but also working with certainly twine and rope and just talking about kids about giving back. And so, Joe, congratulations on the honor of having this scholarship named for you and your service to the school. And what will happen was that a student will know that part of their academic support, part of their support of being here will be tied to you and your legacy at the school. Congratulations, Joe.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's hard to believe the legacy still endures after 50 some years when it comes to it. But I'm so happy that everybody remembers all the good things. As teachers, we so often beat ourselves up over the mistakes we made and
absolutely
things we should have done differently. Right. So it always warms my heart to know that you think of us. Of course, as Ned has pointed out, others, to me, Church Farm School is really, it takes a village to provide for all these students and role models and everything. Very important: faculty, house parents, administration, guidance, all the way down the line, staff. But also there's some others that often we don't talk about, like spouses, or spouses that are involved so much with the advisee program and pageant. And I've known some who have actually helped tutor some fellows too. Our faculty kids have coached in 3 situations that I know of. Upperclassmen, tremendous role models, alumni, parents, directors, office folks, kitchen crew and maintenance. And of course, being the old guy on the block, I want to say the farmers. The farmers, to me, were one of the greatest supporters sometimes when they were here. The fellows working on the farm with them obviously got some really good lessons in work ethic. And one of the greatest joys the first couple of years for me when we started the wrestling program was the home meets. When those guys who get off work, the farmers, they come trooping in the gym, the old gym over there. They move to the side of the door a little bit, but they're there, you know, in their farm clothes, and they're like, they never would go up in the stands. I guess they felt kind of out of place, but they were there to support their boys. Paul Bien, Umpleby, Richie Adams, Lopez, Bobby Kurgan, just tremendous, you know, and I'll remember that to my dying day. That was really something else. The last thing then, of course, I want to thank Dale and Steve especially for, as John Lewis, the great civil rights icon, had said, making good trouble. How they ever came up with this idea of doing it and have the ambition and, you know, and all the other alumni who helped out in finances. I know I'm going to have to contribute to it too. But it's a great thing to know that we're going to use this to help another student, another young man, and I haven't given up on it. It might be another young woman someday. But get out there into the world and give them a little bit of an advantage. Okay? Okay, Mariana, I love you. God bless you and the school. Take good care of yourselves and those around you. Peace.
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to turn it over to Dale and to Steve to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Today, we are celebrating really another page in the history of the Church Farm School. You know, great leaders throughout time have had that innate ability to judge a person's character. Just as the Colonel saw in the character of Earl Wilkins, Poss, I'd forgotten he was called Poss until today. So Charlie Schreiner saw in his fellow Episcopal Academy alum, Jack Kistler, Charlie also saw in the man he would hire to build a wrestling program at Church Farm School from Ursinus College, Joe Rhile. Of course, this project began back in late February when Steve Marcus had a discussion with the development office about this named endowment in the name of Joe Rhile. And they in turn suggested he talk to alum Jim Gravely. And here comes the trouble, Joe. You know, anytime you involve Gravely, here's the troublemaker, who in turn said, Steve, you need to have this discussion with Dale Elks. And it's just like Gravely to lower the boom on somebody else when he gets painted in a corner. But on this case, when Steve and I talked, I said, absolutely, this is going to be doable. It's going to be, as the quote goes, many hands will make for light work. This leads us to today approaching, we're over $100,000 of a goal of $125,000 in only 6 weeks, which is astounding. Remarkable. It speaks to the impact Joe had on Church Farm School. If you have not done so now, go to the CFS alumni webpage and click donate today and put us over the top. Steve, it's yours.
Dale, thank you for leaving or ending your speech with an ask, done like a true professional. I have to tell you, all of you are incredibly hard acts to follow. Talmadge, David, Joe, one of the humblest, most humblest individuals I've ever met. But Joe Rhile's had a profound influence on my life, even to this day. And with the utmost respect, I and the other alumni want to acknowledge his 40+ years of service to the Church Farm School community. Your dedication as an educator in and out of the classroom and on and off the wrestling mat. We're proud naming the school's first endowed scholarship after you because you deserve it. I also want to take a moment to thank the school's administrative team and especially Lori for the commitment in making this happen. And as alumni, you guys did a lot of heavy lifting and we appreciate it as alumni. So Joe, congratulations. And I have to say, seeing those pictures that the school put up and you in the plaid pants, that's not what caught my eye. What caught my eye was your look. You said more without saying anything so many times and have been a great role model to me because I've learned that lesson in and out of boardrooms and trustee meetings. Sometimes what's not said is saying a lot. So I want to thank you for your work and your dedication to the school. And what we do is really nothing compared to what you have done. And I want to thank you personally. Thank all of you.